That's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll start with a run by Tracy. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. Well, penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. And when you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just steals away every bit of momentum you just generated with that play.
Right to the air goes Dart. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
Complete to Wandale Robinson. An 8-yard gain brings up second down at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Throwing his Dart. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Donovan Ezeraku. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The first carry now. This is Williams. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nut.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Prescott now. And he is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing, dart. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Prescott off play action. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Play action now, Prescott. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know that play went for no yardage, All right, but I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, whoever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher. So sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor, but on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Gunnar Olszewski deep for the Giants. Returnable here from the 38. And New York set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Dart. And that'll be incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A play fake, and now it's Dart. And that is incomplete here.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Quinnen Williams. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Prescott to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Brian Burns. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing his Dart. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Running left is Tracy. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw, Dart. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the jet sweep, it's Robinson. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
A loss of 2.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Johnson. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Now it's Tracy. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now Dart. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal, a loss of 12. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards. Dart.
And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Working out of the gun is Dart.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
But now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Brian Burns able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. New York set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw is Dart.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Quinnen Williams able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Now Prescott.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5. Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing, Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And now out come the Giants. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
On play action, here's Dart. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott now.
Left side to Lamb.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and...
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Giants, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
This is the one, boys. Here we go. Move, baby. Take back forward. Take it to him.
Here's Dart. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Tyrone Tracy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants have got it back to within a score.
The kicker on.
Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Completes this one to Pickens.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Prescott to throw it.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3.
They run it again with Williams. A solid stiff arm. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 81 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 9.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now Prescott. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To the air, dart. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Throwing his dart.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing, dart.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. "33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
89 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here's Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Pushes past him. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
A gain of 6. And the Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation, already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
His pass caught at the 4. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
A 21-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. just keep adding to that lead.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They go play action with Dart.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Throwing his Dart.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Recovered by the Cowboys.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Prescott.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Give him 3 on the game there, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And New York set to take the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
To throw is Dart.
And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Nice throw there by the rookie from Ole Miss. And he's got his guys a first down. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Dart. He has Hyatt over the middle.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Complete right side to Hyatt.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
To throw now, Dart. And that one too wide and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
22-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. His throw caught at about the 5. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still third and goal that they face now.
It's now third down and goal.
They'll try to throw for it with Dart.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Jalen Hyatt,
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
and the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now here come the Cowboys. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
2nd and 10. Now Dart.
And his pass incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On the give, it's Tracy. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Off the bootleg, it's Dart.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.